have a good time, and as the saying goes, how do we do it? Have mercy. Drivers, start your engine.
Just got the pass now. 30 into St. Smith. Now Bubba Wallace goes through to the inside. Puts up the block. The 38 into St. Smith. Is this going to continue to gain spots?
Bubba is an aggressive speedway racer right now. He is flexing this with the number 23. Bottom of the racetrack he goes as he rearranges the field cards here. fuel, but also for him, they held him to make sure he got some extra fuel. traffic. We're going to have a problem with that. Well, the accident happened around Wilson Wilson Road. No problem. We'll get sucked back in traffic.
Side by side, time running now. With both drivers, they try to get to the where you are. Now the two of them shoots to the inside until they
Yeah, trying to see if these Chevys can go up and dominate the front row right now. They have got all the opportunity to do that. Once again, the car is really going front. It's still amazing. Well, this is going to be interesting. Can we actually get a Chevy to the lead here? They've got their best opportunity. They've been all day. Right now, it is top 10 cars. That's the way they run. Logano on the ball. He gets a good shot. Austin Cindric. Is it enough to get around the third? Kyle Larson trying to help his teammate as best he can. Locked in there on the top side. With his teammate Rob Brown. Logano there. To get it offset. Logano by a car length down, pulls both legs down into turn number 3. Right behind him is Austin Seibert, but Austin Seibert to the right is Alex Bowman. Both cars lined up in front of the racetrack. And Kyle Larson, the truck's right behind his teammate, just can't get to the bumper of Bowman to get him on the hill whatsoever. He stands in that car spot. Man, that is some exciting racing back there in pit 6, 7. They're stacking them up 3 on down here at 3 and 4. They're going to the outside 12. Things have sorted out a bit up front as Austin Seibert pushing to Logano. That's first and second. They get that Bowman maybe right there. That's
Georgia driver Chase Elliott involved in that one. Looks like he had a good bit of damage there on the right side of the race car. He does. Corey LaJoy involved. Brad Kessel.
Points here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Only the top 10 at the end of the stage get the playoff points to get there. You got it.
Immediately gets free of both lines. Now, Alex Bowman's back after Kyle Larson, and Larson has shoved him down the back stretch, catching up.
Well, he may be giving
road. We're about to get
Shane Van Gisbergen, 2x2x2, the Dark Horse
jumps to the bottom line, and Blue Cross Chastain is being pushed by Shane Van Gisbergen and Kyle Busch. John Hunter Eganson leads the top line, and Chase Briscoe moves up top to block that.
Ross Chastain now out front gets a great shove as the GM and he goes to the lead for the first time today. The slowly back behind him. Ross Chastain.
Chevrolets have pulled away from the back. Two wide for fourth. Chris Buescher down low. Chase Briscoe behind as Ross Chastain's pulling left. Chris Buescher as Chase Briscoe flies back on the outside.
Briscoe trying to hold on to that fourth spot. He's being challenged by Buescher on the bottom of the racetrack. Top three cars now. He needs to take the turn of the board. Ross Chastain.
They're not trying to break out a line for Ross Chastain, your leader, either there. It's moved Austin Dillon into that top line. He's got around Chase Briscoe with Josh Berry pushing Dillon down.
Yeah, Josh Berry trying to work out of the bottom of the line as he takes his car along with about the top six cars at the bottom of the racetrack. AJ Allmendinger is there. Briscoe
And now it's gone 3 wide. Down below Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s with under John Hunter Nemechek and Riley Herbst as they get back into 2 wide formation there. As Chase Briscoe is struggling on the outside line as it continues to fall back.
on a three-wide racing down the backstretch right now, but up front, once again, the top four cars onto the racetrack. Ross Chastain up for that turn.
Daniel Suarez into down pit. In the middle is Kyle Larson clears him. Riley Herbst with Tyler Reddick in front of him in the big block on the backstretch there.
Boy, Josh Berry's dropped like a rock. He lost a lot of spots there in that last exchange. Off turn number two, back in second place. Kyle Busch.
Pusher as a pusher. That's what's happening on the top line. Kyle Busch, the 8-car, the 7-year Chris Buescher are riding up in formation and making that outside line move, trying to catch the leader Chastain.
Watching Chris Buescher, can he get to the ball for Kyle Busch for all time to give that push? Right now, though, that 8-car looks really good as he's racing towards it.
It is a tough battle there for that spot. Now Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has joined that fray. This field outside the top 10 is largely 3 wide. Gavin Anderson, what a fight.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. Kyle Busch now about to get a little bit of a shove. While he missed the opportunity with Buescher, but Kyle Busch doesn't need much help at this point. He's trying to work his way into the lead.
And Chastain fades up to the bottom lane in the middle. It is indeed. We got Corey LaJoie, Ty Gibbs, and several others. Michael McDowell spinning to the bottom of the track. Cody Ware. As I didn't see the contact there, but saw a bunch of them go around. And Ty
wide middle. It was another one of those racing incidents. There was nowhere for Ty to go. He had to fill that gap, and then, man, a lot more cars than we even saw initially. I saw before Braxton in there, the 51 of Cody Ware. Quite a few race cars involved in this one.
Yeah, 5 race cars, 2 of which. 72 laps to go. The Ambetter Oklahoma and all involved with these stops. The Performance Racing Network.
Ross Chastain said that Bama's was good on his race car on one of them, but they need a ramp up of it. Bill Sargent, his crew chief, is going to make those adjustments right now. Ross Chastain comes just out directly in front of me. It's going to be 4 tires for him. Directly pitting in front of him is Chase Briscoe with 2 tires and no fuel and a tight empty with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming into his pit box. A close call up here, Brad McMillan.
William Byron's happy with his car. First time today, he gets fuel only and gets back out. John Kerry, fuel only, and he's gone as well.
As they come off of pit road, 10 spots. Kyle Busch moves up fuel only. He'll be number 1 off pit road. Then Chase Briscoe, William
Arsenal for time. Gravity Bush. He'll start on the inside of the front row. Briscoe to his outside.
Ryan Blaney, but down low, Kyle Busch. Here's just
25 clean for the time being.
2 Hendrick cars now that have been involved in a caution, the 48 of Alex Bowman and the 9 car of Chase Elliott. We sit under caution once again here in the Ambetter Health 400. 55 laps to go until we have a winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Keeping them all at bay, Harrison Burke.
He's a short track superstar, the 21 of Josh Berry. Reads the field off the turn.
It's going to be the native Kyle Busch. Here's Shelby Ross and Cedric. They're doing tandem traffic, trying to bring it back out back straight.
Boy, they are locked together. That top four is right now. Excuse me. It is Josh Perry there at the bottom and Kyle Busch to the outside. They stay side by side now. Looks like they'll be
11. Josh Berry is backed up to the nose of Ryan Whitney there. They're going to try to even up the push on the backstretch.
Kyle Busch got the 8 in the win now. He goes down to the bottom of the racetrack with his Chevy. Look at Josh Berry going to the outside. They're trying to overtake Busch now.
And here comes Ross Chastain, 3 wide under Ryan Blaney, who's both wide up behind Kyle Busch here. Kyle Busch has a top lane now with Josh Berry as Chastain enters the jam.
Chastain now going to get a shove from Rosenberg. That's going to move him up. Kyle Busch will go down and shut that door on the right car to the outside. Josh Berry trying to work the outside up against the wall. That's where Kyle Busch will go in front with about a 2-car lead. Once again, Chastain locked down at the bottom of the racetrack beside Berry and Rosenberg. Side by side for that third, fourth, fifth, and sixth spot right now. Rosenberg going to get to the bottom of the racetrack. It is number 77 side by side with Josh Berry. The Melon Man trying to lead here in Atlanta. He's got it for the moment as they race into 3. 1 car to the bottom of the racetrack. Then there's Kyle Busch and Josh Berry on the outside.
Changes lanes, goes back to the outside, close to the rear. Chastain, it's Kyle Busch, leads from the now lead change behind him. I think it's Blaney.
Ryan Blaney pulls right up on the 8 car to give him a push. Can't do anything going into the corner here. Kyle Busch is getting pretty low on the top side of the racetrack. With every car back in the line.
Myron's going to look under him in turn number 1 as they go nearly 4 wide with Josh Berry and Christopher Bell. They sort it out, but Christopher Bell's up high next to the wall.
Oh, that is some great drafting and racing down the backstretch here in Atlanta. Kyle Busch up front, 3 wide into turn number 3. Chastain on the bottom, Rosenberg in the middle, and Ryan Blaney on the top side.
It is Ryan Blaney and a Gray Ghost looking to loosen the black Jenner's number 8 of Kyle Busch. They're single file. Behind him is Josh Berry. And it's 3 wide. Christopher Bell, Josh Rosenberg, Ross Chastain.
Oh,